All right, we'll be shortly going to College Green in London to listen into Nigel Farage's statement. But before we do that, the host of TRT World's business show, Money Talks, Matthew Moore, he joins me now in the studio. Matthew, when you look at the results of the Brexit vote, what's happening on the financial markets?
Well, there's been a phenomenal reaction, one that you could predict, I suppose, that the pound is the big one that we're seeing at the moment. It's down some 10% at its worst against the dollar to around 134. That's the lowest it's been since 1985. So the British currency is really under pressure now. The uncertainty surrounding what will happen to the UK economy is putting it under pressure. But that's having a knock-on effect to other currencies. Even the euro is down against the dollar, 3.6%, and against the yen as well, 7.7% down. Now, the yen is considered a safe haven, and so is the dollar in this case, outside of the arena, if you like. But that is also being translated into Asian stock markets. So, for example, in Japan, the Nikkei is down 8%. Why? Because as the yen is strengthening, the export is going to struggle in the future. Hong Kong's Hang Seng is down 5%. They have particular exposure to London because they have two big banks, HSBC and Standard Chartered. Those are both down by double digits because they have exposure to what's going on in London. Now, looking ahead to the trading day in Europe, the futures markets are indicating that the big German indices, the DAX and the FTSE 100, will both open sharply lower. I mean, in the order of perhaps minus 8%.
When looking and of course, at the futures, they all indicate for a very
sharp
drop.
Absolutely. Now, the weakness within those, particularly the FTSE 100, you could see UK banks being affected, going down quite sharply, and retailers. Retailers, of course, have big exposure to Europe because they're importing and exporting, so the fall in the pound there could reduce their stocks sharply. This will all affect the average person in Britain because they have their savings, many of them in stock portfolios. And so if they've got a FTSE 100 tracker fund, for example, they will see the value of their savings drop significantly. Now, other financial instruments like gold, for example, are up. Considered a safe haven, it's up around 6%, up by about $72 to $1,334 an ounce.
And actually, Asha was talking with her guest just moments ago that because of the sharp drop in the pound, a lot of people who actually own property in the UK, all of a sudden, you know, a 10% hit on the valuations of their property. Yeah. Now, the Bank of England has actually just come out saying that they'll take all the necessary steps to ensure stability following the results of the Brexit vote. What does this mean?
Well, it's yet to be made clear by the Bank of England. One of the most important tools they have up their sleeve, of course, is interest rates. But as you know, interest rates in Britain are already very low at 0.5%. So where can they go with that? Well, JP Morgan, one of the most important banks, is suggesting or is forecasting that they could drop that to 0% in August. So we will see. That will be one of the tools they can use to prevent the country sliding into recession. It will ease people's mortgage repayments, which means they can keep consuming and so on. But really, there isn't much room this time round for the Bank of England to reduce interest rates.